call the road, turn around my address was. By the way, this 5 minutes is lovely. I came to Perrysburg, we limit 2 minutes, and it still goes for hours. But I'm here for a couple reasons, mainly to commend Mr. Moore, Mr. Slocum, Mr. Ward, and Mrs. Green for your service. We appreciate it. Haven't been in your seat a long time ago, but no one's been in your seat like anyone has during COVID and the times you've been through. And I can tell you, your steady and calm leadership over the last couple of years is greatly appreciated from my former seat, and as a community member, I appreciate it. And as we're leaving the district in good hands, right? And our newly elected board members, and hopefully they'll be able to have Mrs. Mass and Mr. Jones to bring the steady wheel start the first of the year. So good luck with that. But anyway, I want to congratulate you, and I know Mr. Slocum and Mrs. Green have been through the wars, and COVID was phase 2, and Mr. Ward, your role as president the last year is greatly appreciated. I want to express that. Second thing I want to express is appreciation to Mr. Lasco and the city. He's long out of my hands, but in my time as your treasurer, one of the things I appreciate was working with the city and our great conversations about economic development. And I can tell you that from my perspective, the conversation always centered on trying to do its best for everyone, and that the school's interests were at the top of those conversations. How can we structure things that benefited the schools or minimized any potential impact? And I think you're seeing that. The agreement with Ardall was a huge win. A year and a half ago, when we filed the complaint on the valuation initially and got a good settlement at that time, that was positive, and then coming through with this agreement is probably the best that we could ever hope for on that situation. And then again, the ConAgra, I urge you to approve that, and I won't take anything. Matt's could probably have some words of wisdom, but again, in my conversations before leaving, the discussions were always how do we do this that benefits the city and also keeps the school district in a position that's financially sound. And I just want to remind you that the ConAgra property has generated 0 revenue for the school district over the last 12 years, right? So that's what we're going to face. You're faced with, and as a taxpayer still in this district, and we'll be here for a while, I appreciate taking those considerations. But again, congratulations, Scott and Don and Mr. Ward and Jody. Good luck, and I'm rooting for you, and anything we can do, appreciate it. So, thank you.
Thanks. To address the ConAgra proposal and urge the board to either vote no tonight or table the proposal until January, when the new board has a chance to vote on it. I feel a little bit differently about tax abatement for the school, particularly given the financial situation that we're in and the difficulty we've had gaining back voters' trust in order to pass an operating levy and arguably eventually either a permanent improvement levy or a bond to address the long-term facilities issues with our schools. This board approved back in the summer a TIF for Salmo Creek, and I didn't make it a secret that I didn't agree with that, but at least I understood that there was a public benefit associated with something this magnitude of Salmo Creek in terms of job creation, in terms of public infrastructure improvement in the Rye Beach corridor that almost everybody from Huron uses and enjoys. There's no similar benefit offered by the ConAgra proposal. We're talking about 58 high-end condos that the public would subsidize to the tune of $7 million, and that the school district over the course of the TIF would subsidize to the tune of $8.1 million. To break that down, you're talking about a public subsidy at 58. I know that there's a proposal that it could grow to 80 units, but the 58 condos that are being proposed, that's $103,000 in public money per unit. One has to argue that's the highest and best use of public funds in a community where the schools are literally crumbling, and we're looking down a $40 million bill just to get schools, not to build anything new or fancy, but just to get to our schools to where they're environmentally and structurally safe and sound. So again, if there was an overwhelming public benefit, there's almost no job creation from this project. And the roads or the infrastructure that's going to be laid is almost going to be entirely for the benefit of those 58 high-end homes. And let's be honest, at an entry point, a price point of $350,000, $400,000, this doesn't alleviate the community's need for affordable housing, which is huge. This offers up another opportunity for non-residents to buy summer homes or high-end Airbnbs, none of which is moving our community or our school district in the right direction. So again, we know with ARDA that the right partner and the right deal, if this is a great community to be a part of, and there are businesses and partners that will pay full freight to be a part of this community, and I'm grateful that ARDA has stepped up to the plate to be one of those partners. This board already made a deal for Sawmill Creek, okay, but now I'd ask that you position the new board to be able to pass a levy and to be able to get ahead when it comes to these tax abatements, rather than to continue to dig a hole and have to explain to voters who are on fixed incomes and senior citizens how we can be giving away money to private for-profit developers